Food waste is a major problem both in New Zealand and around the world. A study has found that annually 1/3 of the food produced worldwide is wasted. In New Zealand alone, this amount is said to be over 122,000 tonnes, which is approximately 79 kilograms of food per household. Supermarkets are the main contributors of food waste, generating approximately 72,000 tonnes of waste per year. A report has found that a large amount of this is potentially recyclable. So why is this such a problem? Firstly, food waste has detrimental effects on the environment. A recent study has found that the greenhouse gases given off by decomposing food matter is equal to that of 1/5 of the cars on the New Zealand roads. In addition to this, food waste impacts on the economy, costing New Zealand $870 million per year. The unfortunate reality of this is the food wasted annually in New Zealand is enough to feed over 260,000 people. It seems outrageous not to utilise this. That's where our business idea comes in.
Our business idea is to introduce a zero-waste cafe scheme. The zero-waste cafe uses edible waste or rejected products from major supermarket chains and food processing companies and recreate them into consumable products at a market-beating price. The waste food is indicated as food that is still edible and safe to eat. However, it might have a superficial defect or have passed its best before date, therefore will not be sold and will be thrown away by supermarkets. We will collect the ingredients daily from supermarkets. In return, we will hang out advertisement posters of our suppliers. As stated previously, supermarkets are the ones contributing to the majority of food waste in the society. The zero-waste cafe scheme will reduce waste from supermarkets eventually. It is benefiting the society as it turns waste food in better use. It becomes food that actually feeds people. For the food that is totally inedible or not safe to eat anymore, it will be turned into compost which will be free to local farmers and residents. This will be good for the environment as it further minimizes waste food that goes into the landfill. As a business, we need to consider our stakeholders.
Stakeholders play a large role in our business's success. We like to think of them as branches on our tree. As supermarkets are our main supplier, they have a legitimate stake in the company. As with any other business, supermarkets would only choose to be involved if it was beneficial to them as well. To accommodate for this, we will collect salvageable food waste for a lower cost than they already pay for it to be taken away and recycled, as well as promoting them in our cafe as mentioned earlier. In addition to supermarkets, there are other stakeholders that we need to take into consideration, such as employees, non-participating businesses, and customers. Each of these stakeholders have requirements and concerns that we need to accommodate for in order for our business to be effective and solve the social problem of excessive food waste, so that nobody is left out of the process, everybody is informed, and all laws are abided by. In terms of consumers and employees, we will need to abide by the Customers Guarantees Act 1993 and the Employment Relations Act 2000 and meet the quality guarantees such as the goods that are being manufactured, imported or distributed are of acceptable quality, they match any sample, demonstration or description model shown to the consumer, cleanliness of floors, utensils and glassware, and protection of food in eating houses such as conditions under which the food must be kept. And what is sustainability? Based on the scientific fact that all human life and activity, including the economy, occurs within the limitation of planet Earth or the biosphere where humankind lives. Our business has taken this on board as the compost we supply will be distributed in recyclable bags for anybody to collect from the cafe free of charge.
For our potential suppliers, I would like to set an example for you. As a main supplier, what are the great costs of supplying us with cheap produce that can be sold? With this, I'll be using the utilitarianism theory. Utilitarianism says that the right action is the one whose combined benefits and costs outweigh the combined benefits and costs of every other action. In other words, it holds that to determine the morally right action is in any given situation. By modeling a point For you as the company which would lead others to follow your example, it is in human nature to do so. From this point, we would like to extend your external motives for boosting your image by applying our theory in a matter of principle, by not throwing foods away but being our biggest supplier of superficial defective produce. Why become our supplier? You're creating less waste for the environment, the produce is recycled, you're gaining an environmentally friendly image towards your company, and you are gaining a profit from selling your produce to us. Utilitarianism is the creed which accepts the foundation of morals or the great happiness human principle that holds that action and promotes happiness. By setting a standard of supplying us with cheap and good quality foods, you as a supplier is setting a standard of high environmental morals by boosting a greater image for yourself. By providing us with this produce, we will be able to promote you as a great donor, giving the general public a better understanding of where your morals stand on environmental waste. The general public can see your external motives, thus promoting happiness, as it gives a sense of great ethical morals because you're doing the right thing by recycling. By projecting this kind of image to the public, both of us will gain public trust and public happiness. As I extend my thoughts and theory about utilitarianism and how it will benefit us, I would like to hope that you would accept our offer and do the right thing for the environment. From here, I'll leave you your thoughts to ponder my theory of utilitarianism, while my colleague will talk about our ethical standards in business.
The Business Ethics Framework by Solomon, which is known as the 3 C's, says that the business needs to be fully aware of the consequences and complication of its actions. That is, being aware of compliance. Business needs to comply with the rules. Our cafe needs to follow the laws and regulations by the government. Some of the key legislation we need to comply in New Zealand are Consumer Guarantee Act 1993, Fair Trading Act 1986, Food Act 2014. Although the cafe uses wasted food for production, it only serves food that is safe for human consumption. Only food that has passed their best before death but safe to eat is used in the cafe, not expired food. Contribution: what business can make to the society. Our cafe utilizes the throwaway food from restaurants and supermarkets in order to make new food. The Zero Waste Cafe will bring profits for everyone in this society, not only for producers, because it is aimed to solve the problem of food waste in New Zealand. Consequences of business activities to the business itself and to the community outside the business. This is to avoid intended and unintended negative consequences. Our cafe has no negative harmful consequences. It reduces the pending issues of food wasted by taking the produce and creating meals out of food with superficial defects. Less food waste will result in a healthier environment and less economic loss.
That's all, folks.